So we're at the park, and I've showed this before. So if you look over there, that opening, oh well, where those people are walking, I guess there must be a lake back there because I see people with fishing rods. But where the opening is, it's the back of a truck that you could see. So, and you can watch on the street there all the trucks turning in. But I love this little layout here. There's some shade. We were just out there with Cooper and Amelia walking, and all she does is roll in the friggin' grass. See, there's the trucks. They just pull. They just keep coming and coming and coming and pull in. And we're at the park here, and it's so hard. We're losing shade too, so we're at a shady spot. We're losing shade fast. So shade is best friend, you know. And I tried to read yesterday, I think it was, and I just have such a headache from being in the heat and in the sun. I mean, it's only 72, but just being in the heat, just having a headache. So I found my Benadryl, so I'm going to take some of that tonight. And then there's this guy at the Pilot, one of the homeless people. And there's a new crew now. It's the same few people. Two of the people, my BFFs, left. Well, three that I knew kind of left. But then she came back, but then she left again. But then there's some other, I don't know if they're Ukrainian or if they're, they speak Russian, I think, or Polish. But they all have these big, not like the Gabby Petito van, but the bigger commercial vans, the white vans, the big ones. Or a box truck. So the box trucks make me nervous. And this friggin' guy, I don't know, I think he speaks English, but he also speaks like Russian or something, or Polish. I don't know what he speaks, but it's not English. And, you know, I mean, you go to the same places, I guess, but I swear this motherfucker keeps following me around because he's got this big box truck. And so he parked next to me. So I was at Walmart yesterday, or the day before. No, it was yesterday, I think. Because I just had to take a nap. So I'm like, let me go to Walmart parking lot. So I checked it out for a while. It's where I go and shop. It's the better Walmart that I like. And it looked okay, you know. I've seen trucks there, and I've seen RVs there. So I'm like, you know, let me just go there and I'm going to nap. I didn't put the sun's shade up, or my side little shades. Oh, sorry. But, and the side shades that I got when I did that unboxing, I don't put the silver out. I put the black out. Because really it's just for Cooper, so he can't see people. So I don't know, and it does no good. It's just not big enough, so why put the silver out? But the silver I put out in the front. But anyway, I didn't put anything out. And I just waited for no cars to be leaving the parking lot, and I slid in the back. And I did nap for like 2 hours, so that was good, because I didn't get any sleep the night before. Because there's this guy I was starting to say at the Pilot, and I don't know if he is, I don't know if he's autistic or if he has Tourette's, but he bangs his head a lot to the music really loud in his car. He bangs on his car. He talks to himself. But then the other day I saw him talking, and I saw that he had an earpiece in. So maybe he doesn't talk to himself. You know, so many people seem like they're talking to themselves, but they're really talking to their in their headpiece. But he does shout out. He does shout out. So he might have tics. He might have Tourette's. He might be autistic. He might have Tourette's. He definitely has something. I can't quite pinpoint it yet. probably those two things. He's probably autistic, and he probably has Tourette's. And he's been there since I've been there. And it looked like he had gotten in an accident on the front bumper. It's kind of mangled a little. And I've seen the car move, but I've never seen him drive. But then yesterday I saw him leave, and I'm like, oh my God, where's he going? Can he drive? Can he really drive? Because he, moves funky. But then I guess he went to go get the pizza, and he came back because he was eating pizza then. And then he was brushing his teeth, and I felt like he was looking at an imaginary sink, because he's kind of leaning over brushing his teeth, but then he walked through it, so maybe there was no imaginary sink. So I don't know. He doesn't harm anyone. He just keeps to himself. He kind of has a Mr. T, mohawk thingy going on. We made eye contact. I don't know if he really sees me, because if he's autistic, he might not make eye contact. But some lady just drives through the parking lot, and she handed him something, and she said, I'll see you Sunday. So I don't know if she picks him up and takes him to church or something. But he was like, okay. He's no harm at all. But he does play his music really loud. And I can't sleep with noise. And then the Jesus freaks. not Jesus freaks. But these two men next to me. Well, this kid was homeless. So, and he's looking for sympathy. Not okay. I'm homeless too. So what am I talking about? But this old man. No, he's old. Him and the grandma have this little girl who. Well, I was in the bathroom, so I heard all this. The grandma and with the little girl. I guess DCFS is gonna take her away, she said. The mom, I guess, was on heroin, and so now the grandparents have this little girl at this truck stop, and I guess either the grandma or the grandpa drives the truck, but I guess DCFS maybe doesn't want this little girl living the trucker life. I don't know. The little girl seems happy, but yeah, I guess. She should be playing. But if she's happy and loved, not everybody grows up with a white picket fence and a playground although it's summer. Well, school's gonna start soon. So she should get into some kind of school. She seemed very intelligent for her age. She had good vocabulary. So I don't really know how old she is. She may be 3, so I don't think I don't think she's 5 yet. So she has a way. Not everybody has to go to preschool, depending if the grandma, and the grandma could be working with her. She seemed pretty bright. You could she learns a lot from life. So I guess the grandma's saying that they're gonna take her away. And the truck's her only home. But, truckers don't really need houses because if they're single, because they make mega money, and why would you pay for a house if you were a trucker, Just save your money till you're done trucking, and then you buy a house outright. But whatever. So, but anyway, so there was this kid that, but then he was talking to himself too, so maybe he's not playing the sorry card. But he was like moping around, looking a little sad. To me, it looked a little dramatic. But the grandpa, the point of the story was, the grandpa has a truck also, so he must live in the area. I don't know. But it must be the grandma's truck. I don't know. Because she said the truck is, she's got to have her truck working because that's her house. And the grandpa was fixing the truck with his little truck. I don't know. But anyway, so they were staying in the truck overnight across the street behind the Shell. I guess behind the Shell truckers can stay too. And this kid that was homeless, the grandpa, I'm sitting there. I could hear a conversation. So it's not like I'm being nosy. But he offered the kid to sleep in his little truck. So that was like so nice. And then before he left to cross the street, because you got to go from the pilot to the shell, he said, oh, are you hungry? You know, and I don't know what the kid said, so I don't know if he gave the kid some money. So then I woke up, and the kid was sitting straight up, wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, and he looked like he was talking to someone in the car. So, I mean, I wouldn't doubt if he had some kind of hallucination, mental illness also. But then I saw him over at the shell sitting with his head down, and then some other trucker went up to talk to him. But the grandpa's still there because both trucks are still there. So, but I thought it was really nice, you know, that the trucker let the kid, you know, sleep in his car versus sleeping just on the grass. I mean, and I guess if I were a homeless, I am a homeless person, what am I talking about? But if I were a homeless youth, I would hang out probably at a truck stop too. Like, you know, I'd be like, hey, can I, and he's a guy, so I'm like, I'd be like, hey, do you need a handyman, or do you need help, or assistant, or fetcher boy, or something, you know, give me shelter in your truck, and I'll help you with something, or help you around the truck stop. You know, that's probably where I would go too, if I were homeless and a young kid. I mean, I am going to a truck stop. I am homeless. But I don't know. I just felt he was playing a little dramatic there, for a second. So it's quite boring being homeless, and yes, I sleep, but it's exhausting because you have to keep moving with the sun. You have to get in shade. You can't sit in a hot car with sun beaming on you. But it's just exhausting that you can't like really fully relax. I mean, yeah, I do hit the sack hit the back of the car, and I do sleep. But then last night, okay, the Jesus freaks, I think it was the kid and some other guy, they were talking about, oh, I believe in Jesus. Don't you believe in Jesus? Yeah, I believe in Jesus. I don't know what else they were saying, but they were talking. So why do people talk so friggin' loud at like 3 in the morning? And I think you could hear this on the video. This means my blood glucose is high, which my doctor said could be stress also. But I did just drink a little Coke, but that shouldn't do it. So it could be stress. And just like my system is all whacked, you know. Oh, I ate grapes. I think I ate too many. I think you're only supposed to eat 5. I think I ate too many grapes. They were really good. Yeah, it was the grapes. And I was watching a video and I heard it on my video. So if you hear that noise, I'm very sorry. I have type 1 diabetes that I just got diagnosed with a year ago, and I have a Dexcom on, and it tells me when I go too low, and I usually go low. So, but my doctor said that if I'm have anxiety and I'm stressed, that it can stay high. So sorry if it goes off on my videos. But I can't turn it off. I can't turn it down. I can't turn it off. It's like attached to my body. Like I take the sensor off and then I have to put one on every 10 days. So it's like kind of like a needle is stuck into me. So, but anyway, so these people were talking all night, and then they shut up, and then the autistic kid turned on his loud music banging. So I'm trying to decide if I should sleep at Walmart tonight. I don't know. I mean, it's so acceptable, like, to sleep at Pilot. I feel safe there because it's what we do. It's what the whole parking lot does. You know, and it's like a safe parking lot that Illinois should have. So, but it's very boring because, you know, I mean, yeah, I keep busy. I've done laundry. I went and did laundry again today. The comforters, because Maya had an accident and I didn't want to smell it. So I just don't know when she's having these accidents, because I take her out constantly. And the only time I could think is when I've gone to Planet Fitness, because I'm trying to think if I let them out before I go. And I'm thinking I wait till after. Because I go real early, and maybe I was thinking they could wait till after, but maybe I think that's the wrong idea. Because I was like, when is she? Because she's had 2 accidents. And I'm like, when is this happen? I've gone to Planet Fitness more than 2 times, by the way. So when he's done worrying about squirrels, worrying about needing WATER, they ate today. They both ate really good today. Worrying about who's pulling up to the car. Oh my God, yesterday I was ready to get rid of them. Everywhere we went, there was too many squirrels. He's barking his head off. Then we went back to the pilot. There was too many people. He's barking his head off. Then if he sees a dog off leash, he gets all concerned. And then there's this new lady took my good spot on the other side of the parking lot where I was supposed to go. The guy told me to go. He probably told her to go there. And she's got this little blind Shih Tzu or whatever, Lopso Opso, that has a Mr. T haircut, and it's pink. And my dog gets so worried when dogs are off leashes and not right by their owners. He's like, has a panic attack or something. He just goes crazy. And this little dog walks all over, far away from the lady, on the grass, but not in the parking lot. And he just goes crazy. So I was like, I can't go over that way. Oh, God. I was like, I hope it's not the van guy. No, it's not. But yeah, that van guy showed up at the Walmart. He was at the fucking Walmart. And then he comes back yesterday when I'm at Pilot. And whoa, that went up a bit. So he parks right fucking next to me. Well, he parked next to me, not last night, but the night before. And I was a rude bitch. And I moved because this truck stinks. I don't know what it is. It smells like something. So I moved. So then yesterday, I'm at the Walmart, and I see him I'm like, no, that's not him. He's at the fucking Walmart. So then I come back. I'm like, well, good, maybe that guy will stay at the Walmart. He comes back. Where does he park? And the backing up with the beep, 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 and then pulling forward, and then backing up, beep, beep, pulling forward, and backing up, beep, beep. Oh, God. So then he parks right next to me. Cooper hates him. He hates him. I don't know if he senses that I hate him. I don't even know the guy. But the first day I saw him, he looked really mean. But yesterday I think I took a shower and he looked okay. But still. So he's always fucking looking at his tires. He's like obsessed. And I heard him say 6 pounds. And then he tries to back up his truck onto like a ramp, to lift up the truck sideways. Oh my God. Cooper's going crazy because he's like so close to my car. And anyone that comes within like 3 feet of my car, even 5 feet, Cooper goes crazy. So like people come walk, and I like just wait for them to jump, So it's not funny, but this one guy, he didn't bark at all, and I'm like, oh, he's not even barking at you. And then I said that, and then he barked, like he had to show up. But so the guy's over there, like, and he's down on his knees, like by his truck, but right next to my car. I'm like, what is he putting GPS on my car? Like, is he gonna put a bomb? You know, I'm thinking like espionage. You know, like, I'm just thinking all these crazy thoughts. So I waited till he got up and went around his truck. Meanwhile, his truck is like crooked, like leaning towards my car. So I back up and I go to a different spot. I mean, this guy's gotta know I don't want to be next to him. Like, why does he park next to me? Like, I just don't understand. Like, is he trying to get me to talk to him? Or does he want to be by someone who has a dog? Because then he thinks he's Dude, I've moved from you a couple times. Like, do you not know I do not want to be next to you? So, and you're in a white box truck. Just freak me out. You know, aren't those kind that, like, run over parade people? I just don't like white box trucks. What, do they have a sale? Or did they hand them out for free? Because I was like, did they give them to, and this wouldn't be a bad thing, like people that came from Ukraine? Like, did they give them a box truck to live in? Like the men? But then I'm like, he's a man. Like, he should have stayed there in a fight. What a wimp. But, I don't know what's going on. I'm just rambling now. But yesterday I was about to lose my mind between the squirrels and the people and the guy with the box truck and the autistic kid with, he's not a kid, he's like, I don't know how old he is. Oh, and on top of that, across is the golf course. As you could see, if you could see, people golfing over there. And right between the 40 speed limit and the slot machine, you can see a guy behind there with a blue shirt, golfing. So we were over there by the second blue trash can. So I was getting, like, sitting like this, I was backing up and getting ready to leave the park. And, you know, like I said, it's boring. You just sit here and just watch traffic and, you know, watch the trucks coming, keep coming. And you just watch the time go by. So I'm just like sitting here, So I'm just sitting here like watching the traffic, you know. And from the other edge, or other side rather, I could, you know, you can kind of see the, sorry about that, the tops of the car. Over here, I can't really see much because the hill's a bit bigger. But, so I'm sitting here, and I'm getting ready to pull out, and I hear screeching, and then all of a sudden, so I hear screeching, and then all of a sudden, over there between the 40 mile per hour and the slot sign, I see the top of like a blue car, one of them little cars. I see that screeching, I see it moving, and then I see it flying into the air, going towards, in between those two things. And I could show you when I leave. It ran into the fence. I don't know if you can see if I raise this up higher. I don't know what you're saying, but maybe when but so the car like kind of flew in the air, you know, and I've seen a car fly in the air before, and I've, you know, go turn over, like it hit a electrical post and it flipped. Well, this didn't flip, but it flew and landed, and I was like, did I just see what I just saw? Like, you know, because it doesn't look real. It's like kind of in slow motion. And there was a party in the park or something over here. And there's just something going on. So a lot of people ran over to see, and people stopped. I guess the past it stopped and ran over. And what I'm thinking is that the person died, like, instantly. I think it was one person. And I think another car, because on the golf course side, you could see tire marks going into the grass over there on the side of the road, not in the golf course, but in the grass, and then go in front of the entrance to the golf course. So maybe the blue car was trying to switch lanes. You know, it was in the left side of the right lanes going that way. And so the lane's going this way. It was in the left lane going this way. And maybe it was trying to scoot over into the right lane going that way. And maybe it didn't see the white car. So it pushed the white car into the grass, you know, over the, there is a curb, like that curb over there. So it pushed it over the curb, and then it kind of went to the entrance of the golf course and kind of skidded. But when the blue car pushed it that way, maybe she didn't, I'm thinking it was he, didn't realize that they did that, and kind of self-corrected, but over-corrected, like went over and then was in the oncoming lanes, but there really wasn't any cars coming. And then over-corrected back to the normal lanes it should be in, and just lost control, because it was a kind of a little car. And when I was down there watching traffic too from the pilot, there was this kind of little car, the same little car, and it had to swerve because a truck was coming out, and it did not have a lot of control. It was a really light, one of those light little cars. I'm looking at this car in my rearview mirror. Let me see. I don't know if you can see it. That's like a little Ford Focus. It wasn't like that, but them little cars, they're not real, they're so light, especially on the highway. They like, the wind will blow them all over. So you don't have a lot of control if you lose control. And that was this little car that was swerving with the truck. It was like that, you know, the car was really like this, but it maintained control. So this car, probably with the speed it was doing, the person couldn't regain control, and it overcorrected and went straight in the air, and I need to get more insulin to bring it down fast, but I'm out of my fast acting stuff. I should call the doctor. But and you know, people got out and people were over there, but no one was really at the car. Like, I heard someone say, "Oh my God." So I think the person died instantly. Like, maybe went through the windshield, or I was thinking decapitated, but I think that would have been a little bit more people being grossed out. So, and then 2 ambulances came and a fire truck, because there was 2 cars. So, but I did not hear ambulance sirens leave. So I'm pretty sure, and then in the white car, they didn't hit anything, you know, they just went off the road and skidded. So I don't think anyone in that car was hurt, but this car, the head probably hit either the windshield or flew out of the car, depending on if they had the seatbelt on or not. But I think they probably died. I'm thinking it was one person. So it's like in a split second, you know, like they could have just been coming home from work, or went to go get a part for their car, or went to go, like, their family, like at that instant, their family had no idea they were gone, they were dead. They had no idea, you know, 5 minutes before, that their life was going to be over. You know, it's just weird that, like, in an instant it could be over. And yeah, like, the first thing I thought just the reaction of the people, that no one was really hovering by the car. People were just walking around like, that they're dead and their family does not even know it yet. That's what kept going through my mind, you know. So, and I was leaving the park, so I wanted to kind of try to see and listen and see what was. Then there was a stupid white van behind me honking. Like, can you not see I'm being noisy? Like, and I was like, I saw part of it happen. I didn't really see all of it. I just saw the final of it. And at least if they went instantly, they didn't feel anything, you know. But that truck was like, did you not even know, like, that something just happened? Like, you just left the park. Like, do you hear? I just don't know. But, and I couldn't, like, just pull out and turn because everybody, all the traffic was coming, and they were like, they didn't know. And then traffic this way was honking, like, come on, move it. And I'm like, luckily the golf course people brought out things for the road, and people were out there like trying to direct traffic. And you know, I'm like, I'm not going to pull out right now because that side of the road has to come over to our side of the road to go around all this. And yeah, so it was just, you know, it was just really sad, you know. So yesterday was not a good day all around. But anyway, but I mean, not to say that was not boring, but I'm just saying, like, you just sit here and wait for the time to pass, you know. And those people that have been there for 2-3 years, I don't even know how I'm going to make it till October. Well, I'm going to leave here because my daughter goes back to work next week. So I'm planning on leaving this area probably Thursday. I mean, I'll come back to get my storage, to get into my storage stuff. But, and then to the doctors and stuff. But, yeah. So it's pretty boring being a homeless person. And I mean, I go do things. A lot of them people just stay there all freaking day. They have come to the park, you know. But I mean, yeah, I'm like, I kind of like whatever with the mileage. I ruined my mileage thing, and I'm like, whatever with the gas, you know. And I'm screwed with the gas, you know. Some things you gotta just throw in the towel with. But I'm gonna go now because I think I try to get back there about 4, even though it's fucking hot because of the sun. But I like to get a good spot, parking spot, and I think I have to go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.